Hello and welcome to the badly synced video and glare on the glasses report. I'm Dean Webb. Today we're talking about politics. In particular, Pete Sessions. He appeared this morning on the CBS News as a guy who was roaming around Miami and associated environs with lots of lobbyists making big donations to the Republican Party. And I wondered, okay, why does Pete Sessions have to do all this? For those who don't know, Pete Sessions is a Republican in Richardson, Texas. Richardson, Texas is a Republican stronghold, as they say, and the guy could get elected just by showing up at a debate and saying, "Hello, I'm a Republican." Hooray! Everybody votes for him. He wins the election. In the 2010 race, he raised $2.1 million, spent it all, against his opponent who raised about $670,000, and he spent it all. Except his opponent had to raise about a third of that money from his own funds. Pete, not a dime out of his own pocket. In fact, just about half of that money came from PACs for Pete Sessions. So he can raise these huge amounts of money for elections that he's going to win no matter what. And I'm wondering, why does he need to raise all that money? Well, then I noticed that his personal fortune increased by over $4 million since he's been in office. That's 4,000,000. Now, in the same time, interestingly enough, my personal fortune has increased by, about that much in the ever since Sessions has been in office. So maybe I've made a poor career choice by not going into politics, but I digress. What is Pete Sessions doing with all these lobbyists? Is he ethically sound? Well, I get his campaign finance money from information from OpenSecrets.org, and I decided, Wikipedia can also have some great information. So let's look at his Wikipedia article and see maybe there's some kind of connection between the money he gets and the way he votes. And not a lot of stuff here about how he votes, but there is a rather large section about complaints and controversies, like Sessions has faced over the years numerous ethics complaints, which included, among others, holding a fundraiser at a Las Vegas strip club. Pete, what are you thinking? What are you doing in a Las Vegas strip club raising money? I don't even want to know what you were doing to get the money in a strip club. Oh, Pete. You got to keep your personal life from spilling over into your public life for sure. It says you're on the House Committee on Rules. Well, that's a very powerful committee, and that could be why people want to give you money so they can get influence with you and your people. Because if they have influence with you, then you'll vote their way on the issues, and you won't necessarily represent the people of your district or the people of America for that matter. This is what people talk about when they say we need to get all the big money out of politics. It's guys like you. And so we keep going here. You're on the Tea Party caucus. Well done. Wow. You were working to pass the Preserving Innovation in Telecom Act, which was no surprise because you owed between $500,000 and $1 million in AT&T stock options. Pete, I got maybe $10,000 left in my 401k. You got between $500,000 and $1 million in stock options, and you're deciding to vote in favor of a phone company? Yeah, okay, well, just keep saying you're Republican, and maybe they won't know about this. Connections to Jack Abramoff, the most corrupt lobbyist we've known about. You got the Indian casino money, I see, and you took a trip to Malaysia with Abramoff's co-workers with a bogus think tank. Okay. You just took that trip to Malaysia just for funsies. Okay. You favorably compared the House of Representatives Republicans to the Taliban. That's interesting. Here's one. You gave $1.6 million in an appropriations bill for dirigible research, blimps, to Jim G. Ferguson and Associates, which has no experience in government contracting or dirigible research. The man has no idea what to do with a Zeppelin, and you gave him $1.6 million. Yeah, Zeppelin rules, dude. Woo! Ties to Ponzi schemer Alan Stanford. He gave you over $44,000 in political contributions. That's always nice. And you got to fly around on his luxury jets and get accommodation in luxury resorts in the Caribbean. Pete, when I wanted to go to Albuquerque last year with one of my buddies, we had to split gas. You got the Wiley brothers here. They illegally traded over $750 million in stocks, and they were the top Republican financial contributors to the country. And you got $30,000 from these guys who are violating the SEC regulations left and right. I'm not even going to go into your racial comments, Pete. I'm just going to say it's sad that you actually have a section titled Racial Comments. No one in public should have a section titled Racial Comments in the controversy section of your Wikipedia article. And to round things out, you got over $1 million in a home loan from Angelo Mazzillo at Countrywide Financial. It was a Friends of Angelo loan. That must have been nice. You know what I could do with $1 million? I could do a lot of fun things with $1 million dang dollars. But I can't get that kind of money because I guess it's because I'm not on the House Rules Committee. And I guess it's because I'm not up for sale. Pete, if you're a Republican in Richardson, you're going to win no matter what. You don't need to be in a Las Vegas strip club or flying on jets to Malaysia or the Caribbean or getting in bed with Ponzi schemers or home loan scammers. You don't need that to win. So the only reason you would need that is if you're up to no good. And then, ironically, you would need the money to convince voters that you're up to good once they find out you're up to no good. So, I don't know, Pete, are you just raising all this money in case you get caught? And is it going to be enough? All right? So, think about it, Pete. Maybe you should just disavow all those people. Step aside and let someone else who's Republican win Richardson, Texas, and go on supporting the people instead of the lobbyists. Just saying.